right, following Saturday's assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas acknowledged the failure by the U.S. Secret Service, but expressed 100% confidence in the Secret Service Director, Kimberly Cheadle. Now, the House Oversight and Accountability Committee received a briefing earlier today on the security failures that allowed someone to fire a rifle at former President Trump. Joining me now to discuss this and more is Congressman Andy Biggs, who is a member of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee. He represents the 5th Congressional District of Arizona. Congressman Biggs, welcome back to Washington Watch. Always great to see you.
Thanks, Tony. Good to be with you.
So, Congressman, what did you learn from the briefing today from Homeland Security, the Homeland Security Department?
I'm not going to mince words. I didn't receive notice of a briefing today, Tony, which is really interesting that they would not tell me that there's a briefing. I was told there's going to be a briefing Monday, but it's actually going to be a hearing Monday. So I did not receive any notification of a briefing.
Well, that wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the upcoming meeting on Monday that will take place. The chairman, James Comer, announcing that meeting. This is not happening in isolation. There's been other issues related to the Secret Service. Talk about that.
Yeah, so this goes way back. I mean, you've had let's just say misconduct on various missions that they were assigned to that were tangential to the missions. You've had other missions that have actually blown where they weren't where they were supposed to be when they needed to be there. And in this particular case, we're not quite sure exactly what happened yet, but we do know that there's a lot of questions to be asked, and there's information that I specifically want. And had I known about this briefing, I would have told them I expect to have this before Monday, but I didn't receive it. So anyways, the point is they've had problems, Tony, and they're overworked. I will grant them that. And I've gone through and I've been making my own calls to Secret Service agents that I know that are willing to talk to me off the record. And there's a lot of severe problems.
Well, looking through some of the data, it appears that the turnover rate has become pretty high within the service. There appears to be, and I'm going to talk about this in my next segment with a former Secret Service agent, that the DEI has become a focus. Diversity, equity, and inclusion has become a priority under this director.
That's right. So I'll just say there's several reasons why turnover is high, but certainly the fact that Director Cheadle has put a focus on DEI. Don't forget that she said that she wanted to have within a year 30% of her agents to be women. She didn't talk about whether they were merit-based hirings or anything else. This is all about DEI. And so she's willing to take anybody that she thinks provides it with answering her diversity goals. Now, that's not the way their mission is designed. And that's part of the reason that some people are leaving. Others are leaving because, quite frankly, in a year like this year, with an election year, having all kinds of leave and overtime canceled, or excuse me, leave canceled, they're working overtime, where they could transfer somewhere else in the federal level and get jobs working 9 to 5, making the same kind of money, and live a regular life. So there's a lot of stress with this job. So it takes. Yeah. That's why the DEI hires are so bad, Tony. You need people who really understand it and want to do this.
Well, I think what we saw on display, and I don't want to jump to conclusions, but there's some very obvious things that occurred Saturday. But the Secret Service is here. The American people see it. They saw it Saturday. But when you look at the DEI and kind of the woke ideology that's moving its way into our federal system of government, where, according to reports, women do not have to meet the same physical requirements as the men in terms of their physical ability to run, their strength, and this is a job that demands it. But this is the same thing as happening in our military. We just don't see it because it's not in front of the American people. But when the mission takes second seat to a political ideology, this is what happens.
Tony, I couldn't have said it any better, but the reality is we're seeing this all over the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Defense, and that's primacy on diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. You're seeing it in focusing on transgender surgeries. You're seeing it focused in the military, anyways, on abortion tourism. This is what you're seeing, and it is emasculating what our men and women of the military and Secret Service and these other Department of Homeland Security agencies are supposed to be. And they have a mission, and that the mission critical is to keep the homeland safe. And then when you're in Secret Service, it is to keep your assignment safe. So you have a VIP, it's an elected official, it's somebody else. Your job is to protect them at all costs. And you saw some of that with this, where the first agent, he hops up on that podium right away, doesn't look towards where the shot came from. He's going in to provide cover. I'm not sure that we'll, if you look at the video close enough, I'm not sure you're going to see everyone respond that way, but you certainly saw that guy hop on the stage. And so there was good and bad and ugly in this incident with Donald Trump.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just about 30 seconds left. Congressman Andy Biggs, what do you hope to find out on Monday in this hearing?
So what I want to know is I want the advanced paperwork. I want the advance sheet. I would like to find out who was the lead agent who got there and ran the advance. I want to see what the agent asked for as far as material, manpower, etc., and whether that was whether he was denied some of that. The other thing I would like to know is were the counter snipers, were they green lighted, or were they told that they were going to have to hold? And if they were told they were going to have to hold, I want to know who the supervisor was that made the determination to hold, and when they saw the actual shooter. Those types of things I think are critical.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Congressman Andy Biggs, thanks so much for joining us today. Always good to talk with you.
Thanks, Tony. Take care.